Hello there, I'm Boo, and I like drawing, maximizing my hours in all the Pokemon games to find Chinese, and I really love to complain about lore in World of Warcraft. Hello, and welcome back to a new episode on the channel. Actually, a probably rather short one, because I asked you guys if you would like for me to upload a little video where I list at least some of my reactions to the midnight announcements that have just been pelting the internet for the past few days, and you said yes. Well, most of you at least. And so, yeah, here you go. I am trying to talk about everything, but nothing really in depth. But you know me, I'm very opinionated, so obviously I will also yap about that in all of my other videos coming forward. And especially once more stuff is revealed, I can just say I'm not super hyped. Which maybe the title and the thumbnail of this video have already spoiled for you. So if you're looking for a video where someone is just gushing about midnight announcements, then this is not gonna be the video for you. Just putting that out there, because people sometimes are very, very angry with me not being an absolute fanboy of World of Warcraft sometimes. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. And you've been warned. So enjoy! Alrighty, so my point of reference gonna be this Wowhead article. Everything new revealed for WoW's next expansion midnight summary from Gamescom 2025. Because, so the news coverage of midnight has been pretty much all over the place, because some things have been public and some things have just been delivered to us over at Twitter via videos from like phone cameras and stuff. Like, it's all very 2012. It's very weird. I don't really know if they planned to do it that way, but hey, this is how we learned about many things of midnight. So, Wowhead calls it Midnight Madness, and honestly, yeah, people are super loud and excited about this, and all the power to you if you're super hyped about this. You know me, I am cautious, let's call it that. I'm not super hyped about it. I gotta say, the opening cinematic was I know, I didn't care much for it. I don't care that much about Xal'atath, to be honest. I think she's okay as a villain. I think she feels a little bit like Sylvanas, but a different font and bigger. And I am one of those annoying people that just likes it if stuff is like on a smaller scale. Like, if we're on Azeroth, then the problem should be Azeroth-sized and not, oh, the entire cosmos. A cosmos divided, you know, that whole shebang. I also didn't like that about Shadowlands, but hey, that is a personal preference, obviously, but still, that obviously also colors my entire impression of Midnight so far. So the cinematic was whatever. I didn't care much for it. I liked Lorthamar. I thought the Blood Elves looked really weird, and I don't mean that in a they're not sexy enough. I just think that they looked weird. I don't know, they also had human eyes that I found that horribly off-putting, by the way. Xal'atath plans are in motion, and now we finally know more thanks to the WoW Midnight reveals at Gamescom. So, the first big news is we do get a new Demon Hunter spec. The, what are they called? The Devour Demon Hunter, which basically is just a Demon Hunter, but in a different color, and you, for some reason, have the same thing that they did with the Devastation Evoker and the Healer Evoker, or just the Evoker in general. They're like a mid-range spec, but you can also play them in melee, probably because Blizzard knows how abysmal it feels to play a mid-range character, at least to me. Yeah, so far, everything that I've seen about it just looks like, oh damn, we didn't really want a Void Elf Demon Hunter, but then everyone went crazy about it, so let's quickly put together a Void spec that is just Havoc, but in violet and blue. I'm not super hyped about that either. You're gonna hear that a lot. Mostly because I cannot fail to notice that there are every single patch a lot of classes that are just ignored. For example, Havoc. Havoc Demon Hunter didn't get any changes. They got an aura buff of, I think, 5% at the first patch day. Every time that happens with a class, you need to know that that usually means, oh, they didn't pay attention at all. They just tried to fix some numbers. So, you know, a third spec, I don't think that's gonna go well. I look at the Evoker. And look where the augmentation evoker has landed now that they just abandoned that project for some reason because they couldn't figure out how to tame them in a way. So yeah, I'm not blown away by this. If you are, hey, all the power to you. Speaking of Void Demon Hunter, we're also gonna get Void Elf Demon Hunters. Yay, but we're not getting anything on the Horde side. And yeah, Blizzard by now said, hey, but down the road in Midnight, the Horde is gonna get a new class race combination. That's great. Where are my Nightborn Demon Hunters? That would have been such an easy win. But they didn't want to be bothered. They didn't want to be bothered, so they're not here. So, yeah. Yeah, I will not elaborate on that, but I think it's such a missed opportunity. In my opinion, it's such a missed opportunity. Systems galore is the next little thing. Hunters become hunted. This is a new little feature. It's like open world content where you have like you're hunting big enemies. That's what I gathered so far. Sounds cool. I always like new open world content, especially if it's not time gated. One thing I hate about the current approach to open world content is that you are just standing around for 10 minutes, then you're beating down one boss, and then you're flying off with your rewards. Looking at you, Radiance of the Flame or whatever they're called down in Hollowfall. More talent points. Yeah, so let's click on this real quick, because I still haven't really understand what they mean by that. From this, it seems that players will be getting 10 talent points, and talent trees will be updated with new talents in the hero talent tree and spec trees. These points will be split up among the existing trees, with 3 points going into the class tree, 3 points into a new line of hero talents, and 4 points set aside for the specialization trees. Now, that might be a clusterfuck. That sounds... yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that sounds like. Honestly, I am very cautious when it comes to hero talents. I still think that they should have been just like the Shadowlands hero talents in a way. They should have just been customization options that you can have like class specs and stuff, like class skins. For example, Dark Rangers for hunters, but also like a Wild Hunter and whatever not. Stuff like that, but they didn't go that route, obviously, because they need to pin it to player power. It's just always the case with Blizzard. So, I don't know. I can't really say much about this. I think we shall wait and see. Home Sweet Home, yeah, player housing. You probably heard my opinion on player housing. I don't care for it. Maybe it's gonna blow me away and I'm becoming a big advocate for player housing, but so far I don't care much for it, so this is something that I am not... I don't care. I don't care, whatever. Fashion sold, but cheaper. Transmogging is getting some big changes and you can mark your gold safe for most of it. So this is something that also got me off the wrong foot, because first it sounded like they're getting rid of the transmog costs, which they are not. They are just changing it. The previous version of this article had reported that all transmogging was free. Blizzard has shared an update to provide clarification. Midnight is shifting to slot-based transmog. If you want to change your total outfit look, it costs gold, but if you enjoy your look and get an upgrade, e.g. a shoulder, it doesn't cost money to fix your transmog, since it's slot-based, not item-based. That's cool, but it is only really exciting for full set Andes, isn't it? Like... Don't get me wrong, cool, still gonna save some money probably, but I usually like to experiment a lot, and for example right now I'm playing my Paladin a lot more, which means that I am using a lot more Paladin sets and I'm very excited to do so, and I changed my outfit I think 10 times within the past 2 days. Yeah, so that was pretty expensive, as you can see down here. There's also gonna be like situational changes, like for example if you're chilling in your home base and stuff. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But I think it's a very Blizzard approach to the problem. I think they should have just gotten rid of the transmogging costs. And that would have been a win-win on all sides. But since it's Blizzard, and they can't do that, they also need to go the extra Blizzard route. They didn't do that. They did it slot-based. Hooray for that. Alright, and now finally something that I am very excited about. We get a new allied race. The Haranir emerge from the roots. Now, these guys look super cool, they look amazing. They have like their little bat ears, but they also have quills and they have fur, and I don't know how they're gonna be implemented into the Alliance side, because let's be honest, the Alliance side is weirdly fond of elves and humans and little in between. So I would have much preferred for them to become a horde race, and the stupid Earthen could have been an alliance race. But let's be honest, they probably weren't ready to release the Haranir because they got rid of too many people to do that. So they gave us the Earthen instead for everyone. Yay. So let's click on this real quick. I already looked at this article. Yeah, these are the pretty guys. They're gonna be able to be a druid, hunter, mage, monk, priest, rogue, shaman, warlock, and warrior, which just means they're not gonna be demon hunters, death knights, evokers, and paladins, which is pretty cool. We're hopefully seeing this as the druid flight form, which gonna mean that I will definitely create a Haranir druid. And honestly, I am looking forward to this the most. I cannot wait to play them. I hope, against hope, even though that probably Blizzard in some weird interview that is on Twitter on a shaky photo cam video already, that they will be handled just like the Earthen, which means like available 4 weeks after launch of the expansion, which I think is a horrible way to introduce a new race, by the way. All the big ones, all the big hypes about classes and races have been available from the start or even in the pre-patch, and I think they should do that instead of releasing it all on launch or even later. Like, I don't think that's ever a good look. But hey, that's me. Yeah, they look cool, they look amazing. They already have like an insane amount of customization options, which just means that we can only hope that the other races are gonna get a little touch up, because apparently you can even change the way their eyes look, which is insane. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to these guys. I love that they have like weird little feet. I love that they can look so animal-like. It's amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on these guys. Yeah, let's hope that maybe Blizzard is gonna be smart and release them a little bit sooner than the rest of Midnight. Alright, and then we have a bunch of weirdly handled interviews, which I will not get into, and then obviously you can pre-order with some Transmog sets and some mounts, and also a lot of Alliance portraits for your garrison. Not your garrison, sorry. The other player housing, the better player housing. So yeah. I think that has been mostly it. And indeed, that has been it, for now at least. So, yeah, I can't wait for your opinions in the comments to my opinions, and also your opinions about Midnight. I have not addressed one big elephant in the room, which is the rework of Quel'Thalas, Silvermoon, and the Ghostlands. And I think I am pretty vocal about it usually, because the Ghostlands are my forever comfort zone in World of Warcraft, and apparently they're just gonna be gone. I don't know yet, I haven't seen it. Maybe some of you know if they will add a little bronze dragon, if this whole part of Silvermoon and all the lands around it will remain and we will just be on a different continent, because this is the TPC continent and not the Eastern Kingdoms, or if it's just all gonna be gone, which would really break my little Blood Elfen heart, because I like also, if not everything is perfect and healed, and I don't know. I have so many things to say about that whole rework, but that's probably for another video. For now, I really hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please consider leaving a like or a comment. It helps and I appreciate it so much. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing that as well. And for the next video, I think I will answer the question of one of you who asked me if I could do another little video of just showing you my characters. Now, some might say, hey Boo, you just did that like a year ago, and yeah, I did, but also since then we added a lot new characters to the roster, and also there's a lot new Transmog, and some of you really enjoy my Transmog, which I think is very sweet and very nice. So that's probably gonna be it for the next video, and after that maybe some more crash shenanigans, if there were any. Let's see. Anyway, until then, bye bye.